Hey everyone, and today is class 4 of our Canva graphic design, and today we're going to be learning how to do basic editing, photo editing, and a new effect we're going to be learning today. Now we're going to learn how to actually edit our pictures. So before we start anything, I want you guys to go on Google and I want you guys to search for any image. Let's just say a kid image. Okay. Make sure it has a background and everything and it's unedited. So you can just go for anything. You can either go and take a kid image or any favorite cartoon image, uh, whatever you want. So you can just go ahead and take any image that you like. Then you can come back on Canva and make sure that you go and save it. Like for example, I want to save this image. I will right click on this and I'll click on save image as, and it will come over here and I can click save. Okay. Then we will go back on Canva and now we are going to choose any canvas, alright? Or we can just click on here, create a design option, alright? We will click here and we have this option in the circle, the middle one, edit photo. We have to click on this. Now we have to choose the image that. Now I will click on this image and I will click on open. When I click on open, it's going to open this new panel up where I can go ahead and start editing the photos. So we're going to skip to her. Now, if you see over here, we have this option of FX and effects. Here we can see already made filters. If you see over here, it already gives you some sort of filters. But an actual graphic designer doesn't use filters. They try to make it themselves. So what we're going to do, if you see this option of adjust, we're going to go over there. We're not going to take any filter from here, okay? None. Now we're going to go in adjust and we're going to choose a new we're going to make a new filter from here. We also have the option of auto adjust over here. If we click on that, it's going to automatically adjust the picture and give it a little filter. But as I said, we don't have to do that, so we're going to remove that. Now if you come down, you'll see this temperature, tint, and brightness, contrast, highlights, shadows, white, blacks, and then vibrant, saturation, sharpness, clarity, and vignette option. Now, these are actually what you see in actual editing softwares like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, or any other kind of photo editing app. They give these kind of options to edit your picture and make them look a little better. And you can see these option in Canva as well. So we're basically doing professional editing. Now, if you see this temperature option, you can see a blue color over here and a yellow color or orange color over here. This is the cool tone. This is the warm tone. If I drag this dot towards the warm tone, you can see that it gives a yellow kind of effects on the picture, a warm effect, and looks like it's sunny right now in the picture. But if I take this dot and drag it towards the blue portion, it gives a cool kind of effect, which we can think of as it has a winter effect or it's raining outside, that kind of effect. So let's just say I want to drag it towards the blue one. In this tint option, you can see this green line and then this purple line. If you drag this dot towards the green line, you can see it's giving a green effect. And if you drag the same line towards the purple portion, you can see it gives a purple option. But what if I don't want this? I'll just, okay, it's up to you either to choose an option, and if you don't like that option, you can leave it. You don't have to try every option. You can just leave the option. For example, I do not want tints, so I'm not going to do anything about that. Okay? We're going to go a little down. You see this brightness option. Now, brightness means to brighten up your image, give a little white effect, make it more bright. So if we drag it further, you can see the image is now brightened up. You can see it. But if I drag it backwards, you can see that it has a dark effect that looks like it's going to be night. Very dark, you can't really see anything. So I'm just going to, well, take the brightness a little bit. Not too much or it's going to make the image look a little weird. So let's just say a little bit is alright. Okay. 22, you can see the numbers changing every time you drag this. Now in contrast, now contrast means that it's going to brighten up all the blacks in this picture. You see his hair is black, the tattoos, the background people's shirts are black, the background has a little black on it. So if you drag this further, you can see the black's getting a little too dark. And if you drag it, well, backwards, you can see the black's fading away a little bit. So I'm just going to drag it further a little bit. Okay. Now you see this highlights option. Highlights means the little white portion that you see on people's faces or the background or the hands. You can see this white. You can see the white on his cheeks, white on his head, the white on the background. So if you drag this highlights further, you can see the whites brightening up a little bit. And if you drag it backwards, you can see the image getting a little darker, white getting a little less. Let's just brighten it up a little bit. In the shadows, now what is shadows? Shadows are the little portions that, like normal shadows, talking about normal shadows and normal blacks that you see in the picture. So let's just drag it further. You can see the shadows are moving away and you can see the picture more clearer. But if you move it backwards, you see that the image is getting a lot darker because there are more shadows. So we're going to drag it further a little bit to clear up the image. Now the whites mean whites, whatever white you see in this picture. So if I drag it more, the whites are going to get darker. If I drag it less, the whites are going to get a lot lighter. So let's just drag this white a little bit. And the blacks are doing the same thing. You see a lot of blacks in this picture, the hairs, the tattoo and everything. So let's just drag the black more so you can see it's getting darker. If I drag the black backwards, you see it's getting, well, fading away. So let's just drag it a little bit. Okay. If I go a little down, now this is the main part, color. You're going to grade the color here. There's a vibrance option and a saturation option. If you drag this vibrance further, you can see that the colors of the t-shirt and every color, whatever color you see, it's getting a lot darker and brighter. See? You can see the brown a little bit more on his t-shirt. But if I drag this backwards, you can see the image is going to get black and white. So vibrance basically enhances the color. So I'm going to do this a little bit. Saturation does the same job. You can drag it more. You can see the background is a lot colorful now. Now what is sharpness? Sharpness is basically the, well, you can see what it does. If I drag the sharpness, you can see it's changing the image to a cartoony effect. Clarity does the same thing, clears the image. It's just it sharpens this. And vignette, okay. Then I'm going to show. Okay, I don't really need this clarity or I don't really need this option of clarity or I don't really need the option of sharpness. It's up to you. If you want it, you can get it. If you don't want it, you can leave it. For example, I don't want it. And if you see this option vignette, what this does, if you drag this further, it's going to darken the edges. You can see the black on the edges now. See? It's making the edges more black, and if I drag it backwards, it's going to make the edges white. So just take a little bit vignette, and now if you see the image is completed. Now if you want to see the before and after, take your mouse towards this compare option and keep clicking it. Keep clicking it, okay? Just keep clicking your mouse and you can see this is the before. And now remove the finger from your mouse. You see this is the after. When you're done with this, you can click on save. First, you have to download this, okay? Make sure you download this first. So if you just click on download, it's going to start downloading. Make sure you click on download first, alright? It's going to download your image, see? I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to click on the save option again. And now I can save to Canva, alright? I'm telling you to click on download first so that it doesn't go away. Now, it's all done. Okay, so now we're going to go towards our next effects. Alright, if you want to see your edited image, you can come into Canva and you can see it in the uploads option. You can see already edited images over here. Now we're going to go back on Canva home, okay? And now we're going to start doing another effect. Okay, so have you guys ever seen any image that looks like this, like where you can see a person and you can see the it fading away? It looks like the person has some particles coming out of him, like it looks like fading away. Something like this, things coming out of the person, something like this. So we're basically going to get to know how to actually make that into Canva. So we're going to go on Canva. Before you come over here, make sure you find an image from here, okay? Download it. For example, I download this image, save image as, save it. Now you have to go in new tab, and you have to go back on the website I told you before, the remove background. Go into this remove background from image option, click on it, and now click on the upload image. Take the image you just downloaded, open it, and it will remove the background of your image. We have learned this before too. You're going to download it. Alright, and we're going to come back on Canva. Now we can choose any kind of post we want. Let's just say I choose Facebook post. Okay, it's going to create the Facebook post, and we are going to go into the uploads option, click on upload files, and we're going to choose the image we just downloaded, the without background one. We're going to open it up. Alright, it's going to load a little bit. Once it loaded, we can just take this image into this Canva. We're going to increase the size of it. Alright, looks like this is better. Now we are going to start the effect. Now there's just one thing that we have to add over here, and the effect will be completed. We have to go into the elements option. If you guys remember, I showed you guys how to search a splatter over here. You can just tap splatter, and you can see these splatters over here. Now we're going to make an effect. How to make that? First of all, you have to make sure that you have your background white. Alright, and you can take this splatter, drag it, and you can put it on like on the edges of the person. So I'm going to turn this splatter white first. Okay, and now we have to just do this to all the edges. How to do that? You can just click on these three dots, duplicate it, take it a little down, again click on the three dots, duplicate it, uh, put it over here, again duplicate it, put it a little down, and just keep doing the same once it covers all the edges, just like this. Alright, now now we can see that our image has a lot of white dots, which means it's looking a little faded away, but now we're going to have colors coming out of this guy. So now what we're going to do, we're again going to go in this splatter, and we can take any splatter we want. Alright, any one of these you want. So let's just take this one, the third one. You can either choose the first one or the third one. Let's take the third one. We're going to put it over here. We're going to increase the size, and we're going to put it over here. Now we have to take the same colors as we have on this boy, the hair, the skin, the shirt. We have to have the same color. So I'm just going to put the splatter here. We're going to go into the colors option, and if you see, you have a little picture of the image you chose over here, and you can see all the different colors that are on this image. You can see it with the little picture of your guy, and now you can just choose the colors. First we are putting the splatter towards the hair, so let's choose the hair color. Again, control C, control V. I'm going to put it here. Again, control C, control V. Everything close to the hair. Now again we're going to duplicate this. Alright, put it a little over here. Now we're going to choose the color of the skin. So we have the skin color here. We're going to put it here. Then we're going to duplicate this. You know how to duplicate. Click on the three dots and duplicate. Okay. Put it near the skin. Again, do the same thing near the skin, just like this. Now we're going to get the color of the shirt. So we're going to get another splatter over here, and we're going to take the color of the shirt, just like this. Alright, just keep doing that. Keep doing the same thing. The shirt going to get a little darker color now. This one. Alright, and just keep putting it near to the image. Just do as many splatters as you can. Just keep on duplicating and keep on doing the same splatters time to time. And there we go. If you see, it kind of looks like that we have a dispersion effect over here. The boy is fading away, and it's just done with different kinds of splatter. Alright, we're going to go into this text option again. Going to get a heading if you want. It's completely optional. And I'm just going to write dispersion effect. You can write anything, cool effect or whatever. If you don't want to write, it's fine. Going to choose another font. uh, Reduce this, and yes, there we go. We have our dispersion effect already. So yes, so we only just use two things: an image without a background and couple of splatters. That's it, and I hope you guys know how to do this now. If you have any question, you can ask me. And your homework is to try to make this kind of dispersion effect. If you can find a picture like this and try to make this kind of dispersion. All right, I'll see you in the next class.